metaphysics spiral. From then my thoughts from far where I abide, intend a zealous pilgrimage to thee. And keeping my drooping eyelids open wide.
Hey, look. Do you think it's a sign? He's been following us.
Isn't it mesmerizing?
He's just waiting to die.
Who would kill such a beautiful thing?
Please, don't hang the albatross around my neck.
Don't do this now. Don't do this. Not now.
Did you forget to see the mechanic? I told you last week.
There has been a lot on my mind. The house isn't finished yet, and
The plumber's coming on Monday, Thomas. Not much we can do before then. Hey, we will get used to this town. Hey.
The last chapter isn't even finished yet. I still need time to
I don't know why you keep fiddling with it. I love your book.
The publisher...
Don't listen to them. Your ideas, they're good. You know it.
Well, the ending isn't good. Gotta come up with something better.
It's a family story. You know it better than anybody.
Elizabeth, let's go. It doesn't look very far.
We're not going anywhere in that.
Just give me a minute.
You don't always have to fix things. It's only a couple streets over.
You can't just walk away from your problems, Thomas.
Maybe I'll solve them. Who knows? The walk might be good for my book.
It's been 5 years. A night off won't hurt.
Your uncle insisted on this dinner, and you're tinkering with that pile of junk.
Relax. Uncle Bertram was kind enough to introduce us to the Burkes. I'm sure they'll wait. Now, can I just have 5 minutes?
Will you describe it to me again?
I can't find the words, Dr. Burke.
Try, Kenny. Keep sketching.
No.
Look at your drawing from earlier. You see any difference?
Mine isn't finished.
You know that's not what I'm asking. Take a look again. The acid should have kicked in. Has the image in your mind changed?
No, not really. Those shoulders are more or less the same. There's delicacy. Also power.
Focus on him. The conflict is within you.
Me? Who am I?
Let yourself go, and it will resolve. Don't you want to fit in, Kenny?
What is I don't know.
Are you sure I can't help you with something?
I've got it, Thomas. There's something we should talk about that I need to tell you.
I know. Be on my best behavior.
No,
because they're high society.
Dad, it's not that. It's
Did you try that pipe?
I know what I'm doing, Thomas. It's the radiator. Okay, go. We should be okay for tonight.
You never cease to amaze me.
Your art will take off at some point, Carol. Your work has improved since you've started listening to me.
Did they like them?
Carol, they loved them.
Really?
Bought the pair, both of them.
And the largest one?
Not yet, but give it time. Oh, your art is so unique.
Oh, yes.
Nothing like those silly doodles from the old days. I do miss college. And Lloyd, busy as always? Are you sure tonight's not an imposition?
Oh, don't be silly, Bertie.
Well, I appreciate it. You're welcoming my niece. They've had a difficult go of it. Acclimating.
If she's anything like you, we'll get along just fine.
You do love to exaggerate.
Maybe they'll even join the club.
A little premature.
Oh, well, wishful thinking.
You haven't changed. But look, just enjoy tonight and let me know how it goes.
Talk soon.
Try not to think. Just to be. Let the music flow through you.
Do you feel it? It's pulsing.
Succumb to it.
It's suffocating.
It's time. Don't be afraid. We need to go back there again, together. I can help. You know what to do. You're not alone. Describe it to me.
An exquisite negative.
Don't talk like a pansy.
Don't call me that.
Pansy. College was long ago. but I know it felt good.
Isn't it the most beautiful feeling? To be a pretty little pansy.
I know it feels good. Kenny? What do you see?
I don't know where I am. Oh, but boy, am I ever afraid.
Look at the fear. And tell me how it feels.
You said you were worried about being late. Let's go.
This place is pretty swanky, huh?
He's just a doctor, Thomas. Not my father.
Right. At least she's an artist.
See? We'll have a good time. Deep breath before the plunge.
Yeah. Happy faces.
You must be the Millers. Come in. It must be cold out, isn't it?
This street is picturesque.
And your home is lovely.
You're too kind. Please, your coat. Oh, this fur is divine. Awfully nice indeed. Bertie tells me that you've just moved.
Yes. It's so thoughtful of you to have us over.
Oh, not at all. Anything for the... Where have you settled?
Oh, just an old place over on Clarence.
The Walker Estate. That is a charming... Oh!
Everything all right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't quite call it an estate.
Lloyd won't be long. He's just finishing treating a patient. Let me go see if he's ready. Won't be a minute.
What was your uncle thinking?
We need to know more people in this town.
He reminds me of your mother.
She's pleasant enough. They're not all like my parents. We have to get out more. Build a community, otherwise we'll be eating dinner at the corner diner forever. I don't know why you've become so melancholic, but sometimes it can be so hard to talk to you.
He's not even hung.
At least give them a fair shot, Thomas. Uncle likes them, so we should like them. I'm tired of living hand to mouth because my parents are angry with me. I mean, us.
Don't start this again.
not as though we'll struggle for much longer. Once your book is published and... like it or not, we can be a part of this world.
I bet you they're into some weird shit.
Let's try to be nice. For me.
You want me to put on a show? Be that charming literature student that swept you off your feet.
Yes. Bring him back. He can come back any second.
Well, that's all right.
Dear,
I'm in session, Carol.
they're here.
Who?
The Millers. Dinner, remember? Please, I don't want to keep them waiting.
We haven't finished. Carry on without me.
It's important. Bertie's niece. I don't want to upset him.
Hey. Session's over. Wake up.
But I'm floating.
You come down soon. Time to go.
But you didn't get to finish.
Next week. My wife's got company. Pull up your pants.
He'll be right out. He is just finishing work with a patient. You know how busy the medical profession is? Or maybe you don't. Do you know?
Are they yours?
Oh, goodness, no. How different you are than your uncle.
They're Dutch. 17th century, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, they are. Passed down through Lloyd's family. Oh, speak of the devil.
I assumed an artist would display their own work.
Oh, I couldn't possibly. Could I? You'll see them in the studio. I'll give a tour later.
Maybe we can get a few more pieces into her uncle's gallery.
What a great idea.
I don't have much say over
He
his
has
collection.
the most exquisite taste. Now, last month, there was a charity auction and my piece is sold.
Bertram would be impressed, no doubt.
It's so important to have an advocate when your career's in the arts.
He's been very encouraging of my work. So what are you working on now?
A most wonderful series.
Same time next week.
In-depth depiction of China.
Oh, we were just Elizabeth. Remember that museum? They have this exhibit. Elizabeth. Elizabeth? The museum, Ming Dynasty.
Lloyd?
Oh,
Lloyd, dear. I swear. You could be a mad scientist.
I got distracted.
You really must take care of yourself. I laid a tie out.
I'm wearing one.
It's dinner. Well, Bertie's always been a planner, but he didn't say much about you. Tom, dear, tell us what you do.
Oh, Elizabeth's job is much more interesting than mine.
She's a wife. I know what she does.
I'm an engineer.
How can you work and raise a family?
We don't have children.
Oh, how avant-garde.
It's probably a blessing in disguise. It'd be very difficult to raise a child like that.
It's tough enough as it is.
And how did the engineer end up with...
Thomas is an exceptional writer.
I knew you must be interesting.
We met at Harvard.
Times sure have changed. But what do you write about?
No, you know, this and that.
Try the chutney.
You must have an inkling.
He doesn't like to share ideas.
But that's how we artists create. How will he know his ideas are good if people don't tell him?
I'll know.
Well, there's no need to fuss. Tell me, please.
It's a very moving novel. An opus, really. He's been working on it for years.
Well, it's a family story.
It's much more than that. It's a multi-generational saga based on Thomas's father, his grandfather. It delves into our greatest fears, our greatest hopes.
Family.
Oh, I never cared for heavy reading.
It's with my publisher.
So, what's the holdup?
They want to alter the manuscript, make it more palatable for mainstream readers.
Oh, they're right. No reason to write a book if no one will buy it.
That's what my publisher says.
What do people want to read anyway?
Something less colored.
The publisher wants you to compromise your ideas, his integrity as an artist.
Integrity? Well, there's little of that in this house.
Oh, well. Don't mind him. He's awful.
Actually, I have been working on something new.
You have?
Yes, a love story of sorts.
Oh, I love love stories. Are they star-crossed lovers?
A tortured man who's fallen in love. He's torn between the demands society's placed on him and his secret lover and his ambitions in work.
And do they live happily ever after?
I'm unsure. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, they must.
It all culminates on the cliffs of California. The couple is followed by an albatross. A large bird, you see. A good omen.
Religion.
Freedom.
Sounds right up my alley.
I know what it is to be an outsider.
And then what? What happens next?
You'll just have to read it to find out.
I do like this much more. Everyone likes a good fairy tale. Oh, if you'd like
They're
to smoke.
fine, Carol.
You may be a doctor, but only of the mind. Would you go outside?
Of course. Excuse us.
That book. That's quite the imagination.
Can you imagine a world where a couple like that is normal?
I can't.
I'm having one.
When I told you to be nice, I didn't want you to kiss ass.
I'm curious. That's what makes a good writer.
What's with the new book? It's a little fluffy.
It should be published by now. At least I know Carol will read it.
But that woman is so vapid.
Target audience.
You're smarter than this.
Can't have it both ways.
Maybe you're right. Should we leave?
They never invite us back. It's too late to jump ship. He's already served hors d'oeuvres. Come on.
What's he talking about? Tradition rests upon fear.
The fear of change.
Look at these moldings. They're traditional and ever so beautiful. This furniture, and I'm not scared.
Well, you should be.
It's the illusion of tradition. This isn't even old.
But it's Chippendale.
What do you suggest?
A paradigm shift.
That sounds scary. Scarier than tradition.
Things change, but not that much.
But earlier, we agreed that times...
No. You of all people would appreciate just how quickly things can change. I mean, a scholarship to Harvard and now...
Dinner here.
Oh, yes. And how lucky we are.
I meant it in a different way. You see, change occurs at two rates. We've had major waves of civilization, you know, the Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron, and so on. But it also occurs on a smaller scale through rapid successive events, which seems like a large amount of progress from yesterday really isn't all that different from what happened last year when we compare it to 500 years ago. It takes a paradigm shift, one of these pivot events in the large arcs to really create change.
This is going straight over my head.
Thomas is a big thinker.
Okay, we're in the age of science, right? And before that, religion.
Be dear, top me up. The wine.
Right. Well, we relied on blind faith, our ruling class, to tell us what we should do, defining what's possible. And what has science done? Empowered man to decide for himself. Not what he should do, but what he can do. But now, now I'm looking forward. You see, there's a shift towards using technology to empower our own philosophy. What we can and should do as defined by
society.
I was hoping a man in psychology would say so.
Have you ever used lysergic acid before? It's rather freeing.
What is that?
Oh, just something I use in treatments.
No, I haven't.
Good for you, Tom. Now, I just say no to drugs, too.
But you're an artiste.
Carol? Lloyd? You're not being burgled, are you? I saw you outside your riffraff. Casing the joint. Your ratty car still in the drive.
What does she want?
I'm not scared of you.
You should have taken your car.
We have gas. Don't be ridiculous. He was...
I know. But they're in the Walker estate. You know, the old colonial over on Clarence. You could stay, get to know them.
No. But a key lime in the oven should not burn them down.
Carol's mother. She makes the most delicious pies.
No, I've made...
She adores key lime.
She does.
Mm-hmm.
Mother?
This is not something the club stands for. How can I trust you to finish the seating chart when this is who you invite to dinner? Carol, this is beneath you. Her uncle owns. Don't you value your membership?
Of course, it's just...
This is not just any club, Carol. This is our club.
I know. I'm sorry. But please, she wants key lime.
So, now you've met Barb, our private security. She lives next door.
I hope she didn't startle you.
Not at all.
Armed, but not dangerous.
She's coming back with dessert. You'll love her. She dictates the social calendar. She could get you into the club like that.
Carol, they won't have to worry about that.
Oh, yes, that's right. You know, these things are out of our hands, really. Well, time for that tour.
Why don't you girls go ahead? I thought it might be a good idea to show Thomas my office.
That's private, dear.
Well, I know, but thinking about his book, he might get some good reference material. Ground the philosophy with some psychology.
But tonight was supposed
That
to
would
be
add
about...
so much depth.
Shouldn't we see my art?
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, goody. Oh, you'll love my studio. And Tom, we'll show after.
We'll swap.
Now, it's important that you tell your uncle about the source of my inspiration. You'll see behind the curtain. No judgment, okay?
Art is a process, I understand.
What's your office like? How do you treat your patients?
Well, I was working with a challenging case today. Social normalcy.
What about patient confidentiality?
Well, I won't tell if you won't.
And you prefer working here?
Well, some of my patients require specific treatments that are easier exercised at home.
Why is that?
Privacy. You're welcome to them. The books.
Thank you. Remarkable. Is that Carol's work?
Oh, God, no. A patient's.
May I?
Of course.
You use art in treatment?
And in diagnosis. It's very effective in isolating traumatic experience. And comparing drawings helps in understanding our subconscious expression towards those events. Do you see the difference between this one and that?
Well, she must have hated that man.
Why do you say that?
Well, the lines are so aggressive.
Not what I was asking. I find it interesting that you think these were drawn by a woman.
Weren't they?
No. But, good observation. Aggressive lines indicate power and passion, a certain degree of excitement. Events and memories are all about perception.
Is that why you were so intrigued at dinner? My story.
So much so, I wonder where it came from.
You know. You're in there.
Water rings damage the stone. It's porous. Why don't you take a seat?
Oh, that would be weird.
Nothing weird about it. We might even find some answers about your book.
I'd rather not.
Sit. So, you really have no idea how it ends?
I'm tapped out.
That's a shame. Perhaps you just need to loosen up a little. I'm curious. The birds in your book represent freedom. Is that something you've struggled with? Tell me more about what you see.
So this is China.
There are so many things to think about. Light, color, tone, shading, and the texture. Oh, I do love creating the textures. See here, how the light folds behind the pastel. very challenging to get that part just right.
I never quite considered art this way.
Well, you must. Your uncle has a remarkable knack for curating. So much of our life is waiting for flowers to bloom. If I can make them bloom forever. Why shouldn't I?
When you mentioned China, I imagined something a bit more cultured.
Oh, you are a funny girl. Do you think any of this is easy? Just be thankful you don't have kids. Because the men never help. Even when they say they will, they'd rather go off and talk about, only the Lord knows what.
My Thomas isn't like that.
They all are corporate homosexuals. Look, I'm sorry to startle you, but they truly are getting off on stroking each other's ego.
And so you paint tulips and teacup?
What else should I paint?
Something real.
What could be more real than tulips? It's my son. I won't be a minute. Excuse me. Hello? Is everything all right?
I knew it. This house, your wife, a son. The ideal.
Hardly. He's the reason I've not retired. Do you know how much it costs to raise a kid these days?
We've been trying for years. I haven't been able to. I know what upsets her. Are you writing this down?
Focus. Fertility is very difficult. Do you think this is why you've decided to write about men? I just need to step out for a moment. But I want you to think about this connection. There might be something buried deep down.
You want me to stay here?
Kenny, you can't be here. But my daddy...
I have guests.
And we need to finish what we started.
The session's over until next week.
But I'll miss you.
You can't do this. Not now. Please. I'll find your damn pair and give it to you later. I told you to wait.
Needed a refill.
She never lets me have one.
Carol, she's pretty tough on you.
She has her reasons.
He's not just your patient, is he? Does she know? She doesn't mind.
Of course not. A compromise. So, what are you doing married to a girl like Liz?
She's not just a girl.
She's pampered. No matter how much she renounces it, she'll never understand your struggle, Thomas.
She does.
I can empathize. I mean, why fight alone if you don't have to? It's tough being on the outside looking in.
It's getting late. I better go find Liz. What's wrong with you anyway?
Let's get you back on that sofa.
No, I think I'm good.
Well, I'll be the one to determine that. You and Liz, you have more problems.
Should really get that taken care of.
More problems than you can think, huh? But suit yourself. Go find your wife.
What? Oh, that's just a hobby. You'll finish school and you'll be a doctor like your father. I don't care who said you've got talent. Look, I've got to go. Mom's downstairs. Coming, Mom! We'll finish this later. Promise.
We're trying to talk.
His future's very important to me. I'll just need a minute to change. Tell my mom I'll be right down.
Hello? Hello?
Uncle,
Yes.
we're cutting the evening short.
What happened?
I wanted you to hear it from me, not her.
Elizabeth?
There's no neighborly love. This entire night feels awful.
You and Thomas can't live in a bubble forever. What will you do when the baby comes? I thought if you could meet some people.
But these aren't our people.
Well, they're mine, and this is the real world.
That's the other thing. Thomas isn't even working on his book. He's got something new, a love story, a Harlequin novel.
Well, he needs to get published before he can write what he wants. You haven't told him yet, have you? What are you so afraid of?
That one?
The tulip? Yes, it's for sale. Elizabeth, it's time to grow up.
Burglary? Really? That's a little extreme.
It's just such an eyesore.
Barb, it has character.
Suits the driver.
She thinks you'll get them into the club.
Never. What? Don't blame me. She's chosen her seat at our table.
Play nice.
Well, I'll try.
Excuse me, have you seen my husband? What do you think?
It's, I'm not sure how to,
Sip me, dear. Please. You can't put your hands on me.
I shouldn't.
Because of Lloyd.
Because of Elizabeth.
Now you see what Bertram sees, don't you?
I didn't say that.
By the end of the night, you will. Bertie says that tulips and teacups will be in every house.
Really?
Well, every house that matters. He says that I'm brilliant.
Lloyd, you really invite the most interesting people.
Her uncle represents Carol's art.
Your uncle is Bertram? Oh, Lloyd, shame on you. You never told me that Elizabeth was a Fontaine from California, right?
Must have slipped my mind.
We have been trying to get your uncle to accept an invitation to the club for years. And we don't ask just anyone, you know. It's very exclusive.
Does any of this really matter?
Of course it does. The club is the foundation of our community. It's who we are.
I prefer a more solid foundation.
No, there is nothing wrong with our home.
No, not a thing.
How did you land the Walker estate?
We're renting the carriage.
Exploring our options before we make a commitment. Saving.
Now, how's your portfolio?
We get by.
It's too risky to get in the market right now.
It's too risky not to. You better get that book published.
He's doing what he can, dear.
Sounds like he's making excuses. I'm not talking about buying Wall Street, just enough to keep Lizzie happy.
I am happy.
Don't let him know that.
We're never happy.
Well, it doesn't take much to get started. Just a little nepotism or a windfall.
Is that all?
Or hard work, of course.
True. Very true. As an artiste, hard work is absolutely mandatory.
Flinging paint against a canvas is hardly laborious.
In 200 years, do you think people will really care about teacups and tulips?
I like that. Such an apt description of your little paintings. Teacups and tulips.
Tom, dear, won't you play me a song? You do know how to play, don't you? I knew this was a good idea. You're rather good.
Well, I studied.
Mom, come here. The ceiling chart.
configuration is rather radical, Carol.
That's just the point. What if we see Liz and Tom here?
Never.
Or here?
Always stirring the pot.
It is for charity, after all. Wouldn't it look good in the press? Show these programs work.
What programs are those?
We're fundraising for African orphanages.
But I'm from Chicago.
They wouldn't need to know that.
Don't get carried away, Carol.
You'd be there. We'd all be there. Oh, I do love integrating new members. We could even seat them with Victor and Helena.
Oh, not Victor. No,
But he's interesting, Mother. Isn't he? We're friends with Father and all.
Ever since that legal fiasco, he's been wretched.
Oh, yes. I almost forgot about
You never remember.
But he is in the club, and if he's in the club, then he's in the group. And if he's in the group, well, he's practically family. And if he's almost family, well, then how could we be mad?
Oh, Carol, you're a silly girl. You need to remember where. Where is he going?
I have no idea. But yes, forget about Victor. Do you think the Greens might like them?
Stop it, Carol. This won't happen. Carol. Isn't it funny? I've never noticed them before.
They're unexpected.
Oh, those.
And the statue in the foyer, that's a new dimension to you.
That's Lloyd's doing.
Is it Greek?
Oh, now they were a weird bunch. Did you know they actually encouraged the army to sleep together? Homosexual.
Protecting your lover, not your colleague.
Speaking from experience?
No, just a point of understanding.
Well, I guess fags are good for some things.
Like decorating.
Yes, well, yes, I guess we don't appreciate the little queers nearly as much as we should.
And it worked. They defeated the Spartans.
That's absolutely frightening.
Don't worry, you'll get your turn.
He's making a fool of himself.
You like to be in control, don't you?
We're equal in that, you and I.
Impossible. There's a natural order to things.
So that's what you learned in medical school.
In life. Truthfully, what you've chosen, I admire you for it. It must be difficult.
That's private.
Oh, come on. It's not as though we're at the club. If you can't open up to a psychiatrist, who can you trust?
I don't know you.
Well, through affiliation.
Thank God for Uncle Bertram.
I take it you're close with him.
Yes. He's been supportive of us.
More than you know. I'm starting to understand the attraction. I can see his potential.
Hate that word.
It's a beautiful word.
He's enough as he is.
No one's ever enough.
Oh, got a wild side.
Well, it's not all teacups and tulips.
Oh, stop being awful.
I'll pay. You know, Tommy, if I were a painter, I'd paint something strong and bold. Fiery, even.
You know what that means?
No.
Nobody likes to know it all.
Tom, don't be jealous.
You should save the heavy stuff for Lloyd. I'm tired of thinking tonight. I'm just a painter.
Well, I am an artist.
No, you are an author.
Same thing. I speak both our languages.
What about mine?
Which is bitch.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, we haven't had this much fun in quite some time.
It's the dream.
I might have been wrong about you.
Thomas.
You do belong.
We should get going.
But we're dancing.
No.
Only child.
I knew it.
Universe Lizzie.
Does anyone want some more share?
Oh, Liz, stay.
You're right, okay? This evening's a waste of our time.
Liz? Liz?
I have work.
Liz?
We have a life to plan. Oh.
Jeez.
Oh.
Does this hurt?
Yes.
Oh, it's rather swollen.
Oh, he is burning up.
Mom. The ice. Oh. There. Oh. Relax.
The floor is moving.
Do you feel it?
What's he talking about?
Lightheaded from the shock.
The room is pulsing. Do you see the violet?
Lloyd, you shouldn't have kept refilling his glass.
Teddy!
Stay away.
Teddy!
Don't come any closer, I'll scream.
He will come for you.
Of course they will.
Oh, they never leave the house. They only bring others into their world. He gets scared when he comes into mine.
What are you still doing here?
He has my Teddy.
Get up. What do you see Dr. Burke for? I mean, you're young.
Well, when religion didn't work, my parents thought therapy might.
You're queer.
I'm not disgusting.
Have they taken it? That lysergic acid?
Mm-hmm.
What's it feel like?
Can't you see it?
See what?
Do you see it?
You're gonna show me. Barb, we'll be fine.
I am not having this conversation.
He doesn't want to finish. He can figure it out on his own, Carol.
Did you hear your father? He has a good point, doesn't he?
Should we call for help?
Don't be ridiculous. It's just a sprained ankle. I've got some painkillers. There you go. There you go.
What's wrong with you?
I've got him now.
He needs a doctor, not a psychiatrist.
Can't go inside. His company.
I'm not going back there.
It'll be fun, I promise. Come on.
No, I know. Sweetie, I'm present. Are you sure there isn't something I can do?
You sent me away to school and
Mom.
expect me to...
Relax, sweetie.
Surely, shouldn't I be looking for...
serious adult
Mom!
conversation with you and you're not even listening. You're never present. I don't even think
Lunch?
you know what I look like
At the club
anymore.
tomorrow.
Can I just talk to Dad?
We'll finalize it then. No, he's busy.
I hope you'll be all right.
Medicine's never gonna be for me, and until you
Lloyd's a
understand
doctor.
that,
It's here. And around.
They'll see you.
This is paradise.
You're insane.
I'm free.
Come on. Come on, you've got to go home.
Don't you want to know what it feels like? You can't have it both ways.
Just lay yourself down. Oh. Yeah.
It's all around us. Right here.
I knew I'd get you back on the sofa.
Do you see? It's here, isn't it? Do you think something's wrong with me?
Nothing we can't fix.
He doesn't love her. He said he'd choose me.
I'm sorry, but he's hedging his bet.
Mm-mm.
He's married.
So what? He told me I was just like him. The big old shadow of Birdie Mountain.
Hey, what did you say?
A little birdie.
Birdie?
A little birdie told a story.
Are you saying Bertram?
He said that it may have been long ago, but that it felt good.
A tortured man. A secret lover. It's been no fairy tale. Why would you write this?
They made me change my book. I had no choice.
I had to come up with something new, and
You're not making this easy for me.
I don't know why.
You know. Don't you?
I know it's not your story. Now tell me.
He talked about love, their good omen, and Albatross. I didn't know it was about you.
Tell me Bertram's version. Put it on.
I didn't want to steal it.
Now tell it to me the way Bertram told it to you. Tell me what you see.
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever-fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken.
Isn't it mesmerizing?
Just waiting to die.
Who would kill such a beautiful thing?
Are you happy now?
Not yet. Keep going.
I'm so worried he wouldn't come. Are you sure?
That's not how it happened.
What do you want me to say?
We weren't alone. He should have told you that.
It's mesmerizing.
He's just waiting to die.
Who would kill such a beautiful thing?
Go deeper.
I don't know what you want to hear.
The truth!
Well, tell me your version.
It's not how I remembered
Well,
it.
what happened?
I'm trying to remember. It felt good. Oh, it feels Oh, good.
Not now. Lloyd. Got class.
So,
These really are very beautiful. Expressive lines and form. She's got talent.
Yeah, she's all right.
When will you talk with her?
it's not the right time.
When?
After exams?
I want you to let it carry you.
Spoiled brat! You will ruin your life, Ethan!
Times, and for the 100th time, I'm dropping out. I don't want to do it. This is what's best for me, and if you can't understand that, then... Mom? Mother? Are you even there? Are you even listening to me anymore? Mom? Hello?
Trust me?
Of course.
Stay here.
Everything okay? Lloyd?
We're in session.
Open the door, Lloyd.
Do you hear the music?
It's distant.
Let's go back.
Weary with toil, I haste me to my bed. The dear repose for limbs with travel tired. Then begins a journey in my head to work my mind when body's works expire. For then my thoughts from far where I abide intend a zealous pilgrimage to thee, and keep my drooping eyelids open wide, looking on darkness which blind to see, save that my soul is imagining the sight. Presents thy shadow in our cypress wood, which, like a jewel in falling dazzling light.
Boy! Hero!
Just a minute! Time to hide.
Not again.
I'll tell her, I promise.
Don't do this. Don't hang the albatross around my neck. I can't watch you being with her.
Just get in the fucking closet.
You look a mess. What will your professors think?
Sorry.
Some brain power. Was he here again?
He says your art is rather expressive. You've got talent.
Really? Why are we waiting? All of my friends are married.
Because we are avant-garde. Trust me.
Of course.
What was that? I shouldn't have stayed. My
No,
husband's
leave
there.
here.
I can't be taking care of
Just
you.
stay.
What if he needs me? I don't think you need a therapist. I think you need a friend.
Lloyd, dear? Can I come in? Thomas? Dr. Burke? Hello?
Thomas? Is everyone all right?
Please don't be angry. I know I shouldn't have. I don't know what came over me. It's just you have no self-control.
What's going on? I heard a gun.
You're soaked.
Thomas? We're going home.
Do you feel it? Do you feel it?
What did you do to him?
Just a little therapy.
My husband isn't your patient.
He is now. Sprained ankle.
You're sick. Now, Thomas, we need to go home. We should never have come here.
I'm right on the cusp. Don't you see it?
You're high.
That's why he's so close. Why we're so close.
I know the ending. I see the ending.
He's been holding it in. But he wants to let it out.
Enough of your psychiatric bullshit.
I know who killed the Albatross. She didn't take away your good omen.
Lloyd, what's he talking about? Lloyd.
She didn't.
It wasn't Carol.
Going home.
Shut up, Liz!
Don't tell her to shut up.
What's he going on about, Lloyd? Taking a good omen. Things fine. Isn't it, Lloyd?
Bertram was the love of your life.
Bertie, your book is about Bertram. Lloyd, what did you tell him?
Get out of here.
They don't have to leave.
Out of here.
They're just friends. Boys will be boys. It doesn't matter. It's monkey business, that's all.
Get out of my house.
Please.
None of this matters.
You don't have to go.
Why did you have to?
It was just a little fun.
I've given you everything.
Yes. Yes, you have. But this isn't charity.
Hey, I love you. How am I gonna get you home?
Don't you feel it? It's there. Coming towards us. It's passing through me. It's in me.
Thomas, hey. It's not in this house. It's not in this house. It's out there. It's here.
There you are.
Here we are.
Really? Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you now.
Just having a baby.
You scared them away. Bertie is never gonna forgive me. Tonight was a disaster.
I thought it was rather successful.
I wanted so badly to impress her.
You better go talk to her, invite her to the club or whatever it is you do.
How can I? You practically traumatized my mother. I'm sure that Bertie will never take another one.
Calm down before you have a stroke.
Not after what you did to Thomas.
Couldn't help it. I'll deal with our boy once and for all.
Liz, wait!
Listen to me, you little shit.
Bertram, yeah.
Liz, I'm sorry. Lizzie. Don't let Tom write about this. Elizabeth!
You can't drive my car. Should have taken yours.
Shut up, Thomas. Give me the damn keys.
I love us.
Please wait. Please wait.
We've had enough.
I'm sure I can get you into the club. Wait. Please. Please. Oh, I'm sorry. Elizabeth! Mom, like you. I'm sure. Aren't you? You won't write about us, will you?
I'm sorry.
Oh, my boy. Where are your clothes?
Have you seen my teddy?
Please, Bertram. Why are you doing this?
You shouldn't ask that. You were there. This is how you chose to have me.
I was young. I didn't have a choice.
We were happy. Could have been happy. You had fallen down a well. And when I threw you a rope, you chose to struggle. You chose her. What did you think would happen? He was mesmerizing. But you were too scared.
No, you don't have to do this. Please, don't shoot it.
forgotten what I'd done.
I'll make sure you never do.
I couldn't fall in there with you. But you dragged me away from myself to drown. It didn't have to be like this.
Operator, I'd like to place a call to Boston. My son, Ethan Burke.
Please hold while I put you through. Connecting.
Her art no longer has a voice. I've made sure of that.
Never floral.
When we finish, I want you to make her a warm pot of tea and tell her I'll buy a few more.
Oh, Mom, I'm sorry. No, stop. No apologies. We must finish. Carol?
So, lunch tomorrow?
Yes. But I want to run this by you. What do you think of seating the Greens with the Bakers?
You and I, we torture each other from afar.
What a night.
Tell me about it.
My head is still spinning.
Such a beautiful thing.
We're gonna be all right, Liz.
Are you sure?
Absolutely. I know how it ends.